Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 7 Japanese destroyer, Shiratsuyu. Apologies if I said it incorrectly. She has 15,600 health, a top speed of 35.7 knots, 5 127mm guns, 8 torpedoes, a surface detect of 5.8 kilometers, and 23 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, improved acceleration. For my commander, basic firing training, basic survivability, improved torpedo rearm, last stand, superintendent, survivability expert, and concealment. We are on the map Sea of Fortune, and this is the Tier 7 that will appear in the subline for the Japanese destroyers. If you have unlocked the entire main line currently, it is my understanding, since tiers 5 and 6 will be previous ships that have existed, the Mutsuki or the Minikaze, whichever they decide is going to be the subline number 5, and the Hatsuharu. You should be able to get both of those ships for free since you've already technically unlocked them, and this will be the first true ship that people will level with if they don't invest free XP. Now, you'll notice it has the torpedo speed rearm. It also has smoke. There's no compromises here. You get both. You don't have to decide. I headed over to A point, and I'm going to capture it. I have a concealment build. The default range is 11 kilometers. I could get advanced firing training, sacrifice survivability to have a little bit more range on my guns, but I'm a little too aggressive for my own good. I think the health is going to be helpful. So, I sent my torpedoes against the Atlanta. Now, the initial send, it basically was right on target where the Atlanta might go. The second, not so much, but my prediction is that he's not going to continue forward past this island. He wants to use the island to block line of sight that my team desperately needs. And if I wasn't here, he might be able to fully protect himself, but he can't. And, of course, the Atlanta uses his radar. He detects me. I'm giving ground. I pop smoke in an effort to potentially shield myself from someone else. It doesn't protect you from radar, but if there was someone close, it would help against them. Looking back on that moment, probably a waste. Our torpedo did hit the target, and it did a significant amount of damage. He died to his flood wound, and A is secured. Friendly Scharnhorst is burning a little bit, just a little bit. Torpedoes are basically back up. It doesn't feel like a gun-focused build. Maybe that is the wrong way to define the second line for the Japanese destroyers. The Tier 8 is definitely gun-focused. Absolutely 100%. Will admit that. But this one, not so much. This one is basically any other Japanese destroyer that you might think of, but it has the benefit of the torpedo rearm, which is hugely important if you get a chance to use it correctly. So I'm going to head over to B point. There is an enemy Sims that is trying to capture it, and he's sort of rotating around. I'm going to try and make sure that my guns are aimed on the port side, and by doing that, I should be able to get good damage on him. I don't have smoke to assist in this endeavor, but I'm not too worried about this. We should be able to take him out, or at the very least get good damage on him. I can always hide behind the islands. I'm not really worried. Maybe I should be. So the Sims, he's coming back up. We can see him. He cannot see us. Our concealment is good. I will look to engage. He's turning right back. I assume there's no tell that is giving away my position. Either way, we're detected. I decide to fire the ship. We are a little sluggish because I was going to send my torpedoes, and maybe I'll still send them just to cover up any bases. It's clear that he is not going to hit it if he continues the direction he's headed, but we take out propulsion, maybe he doesn't have last stand, and then he's defeated. I need to make more use of torpedoes. I know this deep down. It's a huge weakness of my play, and I don't want it to be anymore. So we do pretty good at damaging the Sims and not taking too much damage. He tries to return fire, but we dodge out of the way. And undetected now. He's continuing the pursuit. It appears that he doesn't want to give up just yet. I was considering using my torpedo rearm in that instance, but I didn't have angle. He comes right to the edge just to fire on my ship, and I sort of miss my shot. So we're just going to compensate a little bit. We take a little bit of damage, of course. Not the amount of damage I would like overall, considering how much my ship is at risk, but we still have more health than him, and we're doing pretty good against him. We damage his torpedoes. He won't be able to send them for 20 or 30 seconds if he doesn't repair it. An enemy Gneisenau now in a Tirpitz is in the area, and just going to position myself to attempt a torpedo send. My regular torpedo rearm is up. I was trying to get a gauge on where the Tirpitz was going to go. Was he going to go left, or was he going to go right of this island? And honestly, I don't know. Friendly is really low, unfortunately, and he's probably going to die. And he does break hard to his port, hard to my starboard side, so I break to starboard to send my torpedoes against the Tirpitz at point-blank range. I also use my rearm in order to get my torpedoes ready to go for the Gneisenau. And my torpedoes are just going to slam into him, take him out. Unfortunately, his body is blocking a lot. I pop my smoke in an effort to protect the Kutuzov and my ship. And there's a Baltimore. He's using radar. I have to use speed to get out of here. I pop my boost, and I'm going to try and rotate around the island quickly, very quickly. I don't want Meaty to get his grubby little 203 caliber guns on me. And I'm sorry, Kutuzov, I just can't stay. The Baltimore wants my ship bad. And we have indeed rotated quick enough around the island that it's not really an issue that we're detected. And I'm going to wait out the radar. Once the radar is gone, I'm going to put the fire out, just to confirm that we are indeed completely hidden. The enemy Baltimore is rotating around the island, which is good for our team because we can assist. Unfortunately, the Kutuzov is in a real big pickle. He's got enemy on his left and right flank. We do see that there was torpedoes previously that he sent via starboard. Maybe he sent his port side too. I don't know, but he's dead. And I'm sort of behind the island just enough to block line of sight. I can fire at the enemy Gneisenau, and we light him up. Really lucky on that shot. I switch to AP because he's broadside. That's what you're supposed to do. It doesn't matter the ship you're in. Broadside AP is the superior DPS choice, and he appears to be burning down. He doesn't really have an answer. I just want to make sure that he's not getting away. And of course, we completely destroy one of his torpedo tubes. And we completely destroy the Gneisenau. Enemy Baltimore is continuing. I don't have my smoke. He doesn't have radar for at least another minute. It's pretty safe to bet he's using premium. You just need to assume that. It's so important that you understand premium cooldowns and work around that. Enemy Fubuki is taking extensive fire from a friendly. Now the Baltimore appears to try and break back towards B point. He's got to go through this little area, this little canal, and I am going to take advantage of this. I'm going to point blank torpedo him. We will sustain some damage, but it's worth it. Now, thankfully, he's not looking at us all. I don't know if he forgot I was here, but we are definitely going to confirm this kill. I cannot miss this, so I hold longer than probably needed just to make sure. And we kill off the enemy Baltimore. I'm very pleased. He wanted to kill me. It's a 2-tier gap, my friend, and we showed you. The friendly is in pursuit of the destroyers, and the Benson is probably going to be taken out. He's a little too low. It's a close game. We have a ship advantage. They have a base advantage. So rather than heading back south, I was noticing that the enemy team, at least 4 ships, are pushing on the northern flank, right? We've got 3 ships on the northern flank, and we're outnumbered because 3 is less than 4. I want to try and fix that by bringing my torpedoes to bear. The cooldown is almost up. We used it once this game. We probably can use it one more time. It is a little limiting. It doesn't feel quite like a bonus that it would if it was just a slightly lower cooldown, but I understand. It is absolutely ridiculous how powerful it is when given the right situation to be effective. You know, multiple battleships pushing on a flank, unable to maneuver. They're going to take just walls of torpedoes, and they're going to feel like the game is not fair. I would feel like the game's not fair. In fact, you know what's not fair? The enemy team has matched our kills. They also have a base advantage. This is not good. We need to make something happen. So, an enemy Iowa rocking the Halloween camo. I approve. I like that camo. Some don't. It's okay. I send against the Iowa. Now, here I could think, do I want to use the boost? It looks like half of his team has broken off to protect B point. So I decide, no, let's not use the boost. And the Iowa is so fast, I think he's going to go past the torpedoes and not get hit at all. But it's not a big deal. The torpedo rearm is actually pretty good, even without the module or the consumable that refreshes it instantly. So I could just play this ship straight up without that torpedo consumable. Obviously, I would prefer to have the consumable. Enemy Shorts, enemy Hipper, pushing forward. Enemy Sims is right in front of me. I didn't expect this. Okay. He's going to get in position to send his torpedoes. Mine are on cooldown. I don't want to have to use my little torpedo rearm. I'm going to use consumables in the form of smoke and boost and get the hell out of here. He sends his torpedoes. I'm going to try and rotate quickly to cover this little torpedo. Send the second one, and it looks like we're good. Good. Now the Sims is in trouble. He has come into my territory with multiple friendlies. I have blocked line of sight with the enemies. They cannot assist him until I get around this island. The smoke actually worked out to be perfect. Usually, it's a waste that close, and we finish him off. We know he doesn't have any torpedoes. Enemy Shorts appears to want to come through the gap. Maybe not a good idea. And at this point, I was like, does the Shorts have radar? No, it doesn't. For those who are interested, Tier 7s that have radar, those are only premium. Because that's okay, whatever reason. I send my torpedoes that are finally up towards the gap. And it looks like friendlies finish off the Shorts. Alright, that torpedo send completely worthless. But we have an advantage now. Some people might go, oh, you're just playing too passively. The game is not in control. You need to gain control of the game. It's okay to have a one base deficit. It's not the end of the world. Now, if they had 3 bases to our 0, then we're starting to say we don't really have a chance to win this game. But this is completely fine. They're going to overextend. We're going to take advantage of it. This Hipper, he's probably trying to get in range to use his torpedoes against the Iowa, which is honestly not very smart. The Iowa will end you, Mr. Hipper. And the friendlies are working on the Iowa. I've got HE loaded. Elevate the gun. Lead him in the direction he's headed. We set the target on fire, which is funny considering the chance to light the target on fire. I do not have demolition. We've just been getting very fortunate every single salvo. And are we going to get the kill on this guy? Don't really deserve the kill. This would be in the realm of kill steal. But we want to make sure he's dead. The Iowa has plenty on his table. There's an enemy right in front of him with torpedoes, and I'm not in range to help. The best I can do is try to capture B. There is a friendly battleship in the north engaged in mortal combat with the enemy battleship. Have no idea how that engagement is going. All I know is that my friendly is taking a lot of torpedoes. Ooh. Friendly Iowa took a ton. It appears that he is flooding, so he was set on fire previously. The enemy Arpeggio Takawa, he can definitely kill him. Yeah, not too hard. He actually flooded him out. Interesting. So maybe he had fire as well as flood. But it's 3 versus 1 at least, maybe 4. We can finish this. Just capture the base and defeat the enemy Notser. Torpedoes are up. Boost is up. You know, the interesting thing about boost is, when are you honestly going to use all 5 of your charges? I'm just trying to consider that. It's what, a 5-minute cooldown? 4 minutes? I don't think it's possible to use all your charges. You still want to use premium because it gets rid of a minute or something. I mean, it's ridiculous how long the cooldown is on that torpedo rearm consumable. You want to get it as short as possible. So I send my set towards the enemy. The cruiser might be coming around the island. I send my first set, hoping that he wants to get right up next to it. I use my boost, of course, and he's got his aircraft. He's going to get extra information. AA, please kill it quickly. We do clip the island. That's just what's going to happen. I pop my smoke because I don't want to die. And it does look like he's onto the torpedoes. So the most I'm probably going to get on this guy is some shots. Ooh, someone got some good damaging shots on him. We have a friendly cruiser that's right on his flank. And I'm getting pushed out of the smoke by the Baltimore, who's coming full speed. And I think everyone is just rushing to get the kill. Alright, that felt really weird. I felt like I was getting just manhandled by the Baltimore, but hey, it's okay. I made the mistake. I didn't really recognize he was behind me. The game, pretty good. 5 kills, 2,264 base XP. Turpits did a great job. Honestly, we didn't do a lot of damage. It's an okay amount, 73,000, but it was really more about the kills, finishing the targets off before they could harm our team. I hope you enjoy the game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.